Indiana Fever and former Iowa star Caitlin Clark continues her ascension as one of the top figures in women's basketball and in sports. Time magazine named Clark as their athlete of the year.
Caitlin Clark, a college phenomenon, a WNBA superstar, and now *Times undisputed athlete of the year. Is it the fairy tale conclusion to a historic season, or the start of an even greater legacy?
She broke the college basketball career scoring record in her senior season at Iowa, led the Hawkeyes to a second straight.
In a Candid tell-all interview, Caitlin Clark spills the tea on her roller coaster rookie year, revealing everything from record-breaking triumphs to behind-the-scenes challenges. These 10 jaw-dropping revelations will have you rethinking everything you thought you knew about the WNBA's brightest star. Clark holds nothing back, addressing her so-called rivalry with Angel Reese, the league jealousy she faced as a rookie, her controversial Olympic snub, and even the firing of Coach Christy Sides. But that's not all. Stick around to hear her take on the offseason, her true thoughts on WNBA legends, and her ambitious goals for her sophomore season.
I feel like so much has happened over the course of last year, from when I started my last college season and not knowing if that would actually be my last season, whether I was deciding to come back to college or turn pro, and now sitting here like I'm done with my first professional season, and so much has happened. And
when Caitlin Clark stepped onto the WNBA court for the first time, the weight of sky-high expectations was undeniable. Yet, her calm and composed demeanor spoke volumes. She was ready to prove the doubters wrong, and prove them wrong she did. Clark delivered a jaw-dropping rookie season, shattering an astounding 62 WNBA records. This followed her exceptional college career, where she cemented her legacy as the NCAA's all-time leading scorer. From three-pointers to assists, Clark was rewriting the rookie record books in every way imaginable. But her influence extended far beyond the numbers. Her electrifying style of play revitalized the Indiana Fever, transforming them into a powerhouse and making WNBA games must-see events. The feverish excitement around Clark's performances was so intense that the Fever had to relocate to larger venues to accommodate the growing crowds. One regular season game in Washington even drew over 20,000 fans, a new league record, and a testament to Clark's unparalleled star power.
For the longest time, the WNBA has been trying to get on this global scale, and I feel like that's the direction they are finally headed. I think that WNBA fans have always been proud supporters and pushers of the advancements of this league, but sometimes it takes a certain star of a certain caliber to really just expand and explode the league from the inside out, and that's what Caitlin Clark is.
The Clark effect sent shockwaves through the sports world, redefining what it means to be a game changer. Her jersey sales skyrocketed, and her impact on league revenue was unprecedented. One athlete driving nearly 30% of her entire league's earnings, this groundbreaking feat is reshaping the future of women's professional basketball. Now let's dive into Clark's perspective on the most talked about moments from her rookie WNBA season.
Whether it was, making the national championship game or getting the Fever back to the playoffs since 2016, there's just a lot to be proud of, and it all happened so fast, like it's hard to appreciate in the moment and kind of understand in the moment, but it's been fun to reflect on.
While Caitlin Clark was busy breaking records on the court, the media was stirring up drama off it. The narrative of a fierce rivalry between Clark and Angel Reese took center stage, captivating fans and dominating social media. But was this story too good to be true? In a revealing interview with *Time*, Clark set the record straight. "I don't get that at all," she said, dismissing the idea of an ongoing feud with Reese. "We're not best friends by any means, but we're very respectful of one another. Yes, we've had tremendous battles, but when have I ever guarded her? And when has she guarded me?" It's a fair point that many seem to overlook. Even during the heat of the college championship game, where Reese's controversial ring finger and "you can't see me" gestures went viral, Clark wasn't fazed. "I didn't think it was taunting, it really didn't bother me," she revealed. Instead, her frustration stemmed from how the fabricated drama overshadowed their remarkable achievements. "Why would you talk about them winning? Or the incredible run we went on that no one thought we'd ever achieve?" Clark lamented, calling for the focus to shift back to the extraordinary accomplishments on the court.
But yeah, I think, what she's done with her platform has been absolutely incredible, and, she has an entire fan base that has supported her, and what she did at, Maryland and then LSU. Like, obviously I've played her for a very long time, and she's been a tremendous player, so, it's been fun getting to compete against. I think it's been really good for the game. Like, people just love seeing great matchups.
Clark's message was unmistakable. Focus on the game, not the gossip. She didn't shy away from calling out those perpetuating the drama. "A lot of people who had opinions on what was happening probably didn't even watch half the games," she remarked. It's a powerful reminder to shift the spotlight back to where it belongs, celebrating the athletes for their extraordinary skills and achievements on the court, rather than indulging in manufactured narratives off it.
With the first pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of Iowa.
The transition from college superstar to WNBA rookie hit Caitlin Clark hard. The stark differences between college and professional basketball were intense. Her debut game was a reality check, 20 points, but only 3 assists and a staggering 10 turnovers, a record she didn't want. The flow she had mastered in college was gone, as the team and coach were still figuring each other out. But Clark isn't one to back down. She dug deep, learning with each game. Her coach gave her the freedom to play her game, and her teammates adjusted to her unique style. The turnovers started to drop, even on tough nights. Clark's confidence never wavered. "This is so annoying because I know I'm literally right there, being one of the best players in the league," she'd remind herself. That relentless drive was the foundation of a remarkable rookie season.
I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like there's just so many areas that I want to improve in and to continue to get in the gym and work on that every single day.
As she looks ahead, Caitlin Clark's ambition burns brighter than ever. "I'm just scratching the surface," she declares, ready to leave her mark on the WNBA. Are you ready to see what Clark does next on the world stage?
Until the day before the Olympic team was leaked, was convinced she was going to be on the team. That is the maddest thing with USA basketball. Like, she was convinced she was on the team until the day before it was leaked. That's mental.
Caitlin Clark's journey to the top took an unexpected turn when she didn't make the Olympic team, despite her dazzling 30.7 three-point game. Instead of lashing out, she took the high road, refusing to be seen as just a marketing tool. "I want to be there because they believe I'm good enough," she said. This setback only fueled her fire. After the Olympic break, Clark scorched the league, leading the Fever on a 4-game winning streak, shattering records, and guiding them to their first postseason in nearly a decade. Clark's sights are set on the future. Making the 2028 Olympic team is a huge goal for her. Her determination is clear. This snub is just the beginning of her quest for greatness. Despite the bumps, remember that eye poke controversy. Clark's path is undeniably destined for greatness.
Everyone else is seeing this angle. I'm calling her in, and I'm saying to her, I need answers.
Caitlin Clark's remarkable season took an unexpected turn during a playoff game against the Connecticut Sun when a Carrington accidentally poked her in the eye. The incident sparked a media frenzy, but Clark's response was nothing short of impressive. Instead of retaliating, she calmly defended Carrington, understanding the intense nature of competitive play. "Never once did it cross my mind that it was on purpose," Clark said. "I've been poked in the eye many times playing basketball. It happens." Clark's comments highlight a gender double standard. "If that happened in the NBA," she says, "do you think people would be questioning Tyrese Halliburton the next day?" It's a powerful reminder of the different ways women's sports are perceived compared to men's.
Circling back on the play with your eye, what would you say to the crowd of people that think a hit like that was intentional and maybe even warrants a suspension?
It wasn't intentional by any means. You just watched the play. It wasn't intentional.
All right, thanks, Caitlin.
Thanks, Caitlin.
This wasn't the only challenge Caitlin Clark faced in her debut season. She had earlier suffered a ruptured eardrum and experienced a disproportionate number of flagrant falls. Yet through it all, Clark remained focused on the game and showed respect for her fellow players. The eye poke incident, while unfortunate, ultimately shaped public perception of Clark's character. It highlighted her ability to stay true to her values and maintain focus on the game despite adversity. Clark's composure in this moment became a defining aspect of her rookie year, showcasing her maturity both on and off the court.
And one of the things that Caitlin once again pushed forward is saying, look, I know that my star power has come with a lot of benefits in such a short amount of time, specifically her rookie season, but I also don't want to negate the fact that there was a lot of work done for me to even get to this point, for the league to get to this point, and I'm just excited to be part of the crew that's going to help just continue to grow and move this league forward. So many records she broke, not only in college, not only her rookie season. So much has been accomplished for the Indiana Fever. They broke the WNBA home attendance for a single franchise. I mean, I believe the Mystics and the Fever game was the most viewed WNBA game ever in history, single game attendance. So just so many things have happened in such a short amount of time on the back of Caitlin Clark. But I love the fact that she's also given credit where credit is due, because as we know, that was a big conversation when she entered the league, and she said, look, there's enough love to go around, and if you're not a fan of Caitlin Clark, I don't see how you read this article and don't become.
But it's just one step for the WNBA. Thanks to all the great players like Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, the great Dawn Staley, and my basketball hero, Maya Moore. These are the women that kicked down the door so I could walk inside. So I want to thank them tonight for laying the foundation.
It was a huge overhaul
of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door, a new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christy Sides was shown the door.
Ask you a basketball question. I know that you work really hard in the off season. You said yesterday you're always trying to get better. What's the thing that you're working on in this off season?
I think, honestly, besides the actual basketball skill part of it, I think getting stronger, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm in the weight room a lot, just building that strength. Obviously, it was hard going right from the college season to the professional season. You don't get to spend a lot of time in the weight room, so that's what I've tried to focus on the most here. And then obviously, a lot of things on the court. I'm always wanting to get better, and that's kind of what drives me, and I love it. I love getting to do it, and I feel very fortunate that it's my job.